In April of 2018, the Registry of Companies was established as a new standalone government agency. Prior to that, the Registry was part of the Malta Financial Services Authority. The decision to create a separate standalone registry was in line with the proposed changes to the MFSA, which were set to strengthen the internal management structure of the authority, allowing it to focus solely on its regulatory role, while also delving into non-traditional segments of the market. On the other hand, the registry was given the opportunity to meet the growth in the number of registration of companies, which has been ever growing in the last few years. On the 28th June 2019, the Registry of Companies changed its name to Malta Business Registry. The agency's vision is to expand its operations in managing records related to other businesses, which shall include foundations and associations and other businesses. In fact, this was the main reason why we changed the name of Registry of Companies to Malta Business Registry. Because rather being the registry for companies only, now we are the registry of businesses in Malta.
The Companies Act provides for a different types of commercial partnerships, mainly partnership in collective, partnership in commandite, and a company. A company can be either a private company or a public company. These commercial partnerships have a legal personality, which is distinct and separate from that of its members. The separate and distinct legal personality continues until the name of the commercial partnership is struck off the register and ceases to exist.
The establishment of the agency required the need to structure itself with units to provide support resources, which were until a year ago shared with MFSA. Therefore, the new organizational setup of the agency includes 7 new units to the previous structure, which new units were created from scratch. These units are the HR unit, the Finance and Administration unit, the ICT unit, a very important unit as ambitious projects were in the pipeline, as it is the migration to cloud and to Microsoft 365, and the other big project which we are working on it. That is the introduction of a more technological system based on DLT, or better known as blockchain, in order to provide a fully digitized and more efficient service. And another unit, the Internal Audit Unit, and the Legal Unit, which is going through major legal overhauls in order to provide a more transparent and diligent framework due to the transposition and implementation of the directive of the European Parliament and of that of the Council of the 30th May 2018, amending the directive on the prevention of the use of the financial system for the purposes of money laundering and terrorist financing. That is the 5th AML directive. Therefore, we had also to include the Enforcement and Compliance Unit. It was a must. The International Relations Research and Communications Unit is also an important unit in our endeavor to promote our services. Finally, the International Taxation Unit, although it falls under the responsibility of the Commissioner for Revenue, its staff is part of the MBR family. At the moment, the workforce comes to a headcount of around 80 employees, which should reach the 100 in the coming months.
In order to be registered, a company should submit the following documents: the Memorandum and Articles of Association, duly signed by the shareholders in original or their authorized representatives. In the latter case, power of attorney or board resolution is required. It is recommended to seek the advice of a lawyer, accountant, or a consultant to help you compile this documentation. Documentary evidence of identity, that is, a copy of passport or official ID card of all individuals involved in the company, that is, directors, shareholders, and company secretary, is also required. In the case of foreign corporate directors or body corporate shareholders, a certificate of good standing issued by the foreign company registry is also to be submitted. All documents submitted in copy are to be certified through copies, that is, signed as a true copy of the original by a notary or a lawyer. MBR may also accept copies endorsed by an accountant or an auditor. The MBR online system provides functionality which allows electronic forms and the Memorandum and Articles of Association to be filed and signed electronically using a personal digital certificate. For further information on how to use the online Malta Business Registry and filing services, kindly refer to the guidelines available on our website.
The Registry of Companies was previously housed within the MFSA premises, and unfortunately the space there was very limited. Therefore, we had to find an adequate place to give to our employees the dignity that they truly deserved. The need for the agency to move into new premises reflects the pace at which Malta's economy is growing. In fact, in 2012, around 58,000 companies were registered in Malta, which starkly contrasts with the 93,000 companies, meaning an increase of 55% in a span of 6 years. Hence, in view of these results, it was only natural for the agency to look for better accommodated premises to work from. Our new premises in Zaytun will later this year host the International Taxation Unit, the Capital Transfer Duty Unit, TAC-MT, Finance Malta, and Gaming Malta. These entities complement our vision as they promote Malta as a pro-business country.
If a company has a licensable activity, we check with the relevant authority. This is an ongoing process when there are any other changes. This means that companies must undergo CDD and provides BO information at multiple points. We check and ask for residential address and identification numbers of all officers and shareholders of the company. A company cannot be registered unless BO information is given. We additionally check whether individuals are sanctioned as per the list issued by the United Nations Security Council, the EU, and the US Office of Foreign Assets Control. We verify information of EU nationals by requesting a copy of the passport, and with regards to non-EU nationals, we request bank reference or professional reference. The same approach for body corporates applies. In the case of trustees, we still require a declaration that the due diligence was exercised on the ultimate beneficiary owners. We verify the registered office with supporting documents, that is, a lease agreement or the consent of the landlord. We check signatures of identification of documents. Fiduciaries who hold shares on behalf of third parties need to be licensed by the MFSA, and they have the obligations to carry out their due diligence on behalf of the shareholders.